Hello financial fans. We had a request for a video that tells all the stocks that I own, my portfolio, and in this video I will mention all the exchange traded funds and stocks that I own and tell you a teensy weensy bit about each one, but not very much because I just want to mention the stocks that are in my portfolio. Some of the stocks I have 1 share, some of the stocks I have 100 shares, some of the stocks I have 1,000 shares, and I won't be going into detail on how many shares of each one I own. I will merely tell you that I have 51 total stocks in my portfolio, and I will probably be selling some in the not too distant future, but we shall see. This video, I'll just tell you what is there. All the prices and numbers that we'll be using here as of closing August 16th of 2021, and we shall begin with AGNC. I've had that for, I'm pretty sure, over a year, and looking at the information here for AGNC, we see the current price $16.27. The important things we'll talk about here, I won't spend a lot of time on each stock, but the dividend 8.8 for AGNC, and the 1-year target $17.21, which is a small increase in price. And so far, since owning this stock, since I bought it, I'm down about 5% on value on that particular stock. Next stock that I own, Amazon. AMZN is the symbol, and it closed at $32, or not, $3,298.99. Looks like a price that would be on a sale somewhere. And the forward dividend yield, there's no dividend on Amazon stock. 1-year target $4,152. It'd be a very nice increase in price if that does happen. And since I bought Amazon, AMZN, it is up 70.5%. So that stock's done quite well for me. Next stock we'll look at, Ares Capital Corporation, ARCC is a symbol. $20.27 right now. The dividend yield 8.08, so that's a nice high dividend. The 1-year target $21.27, so it's expected to go up, and it is considered to be undervalued. By the way, I'm using Yahoo's pages here. You can check all these out at Yahoo, and your numbers will be slightly different because you'll be looking after I am, and hopefully the numbers will be up a little bit everywhere. Let's see, Ares, so what happened to ARCC since I've owned it? It's up 4.32% in value. And next we'll look at the ARK. These are exchange traded funds, and they've been battered quite a bit this year. First one, look at ARKF, and the YTD daily total return. The total return for year to date is approximately 4%, 5.4%. And let me see, ARK ETF, where is that? ARKF is down 4% since I've owned it. The next one is ARKG. ARKG is up 4.36%. So the ARK stocks did quite well last year, but that's not the case this year. They're mostly standing still or going down. Here's one, ARKG. Look at this, year-to-date total return down about 12%. And let's see what it is on my screen. ARKG. Is that ARKG? Yeah. ARKG for me, I must have bought in at a good time. It's up 4 1.3% for me for the time that I've held on to it. And go to ARKK, and the year-to-date it's down 3.5% for the year. And let me see, ARKK, for me it's down 8% since I bought it. So ARK stocks are, and these by the way are not stocks, they're exchange traded funds. ARKQ is up 6% year to date, and let me see what it has done for me. It's down 4.19% as of the time I bought in until now. And we go to the next one, which is ARKW. ARKW year to date's up 2.13%, and ARKW for me is up 1.84%. So is there one more? ARKX right here. ARKX, the year-to-date is not applicable there. ARKX, we'll take a look at it here. ARKX for me is down about 0.5%. So let's move on to something else other than the ARKs. We'll go to BETZ. Let me back up here. I've got to go back to BETZ. And that's the gambling stock. This one will go up a lot, I think, when everything opens up again after the pandemic. It's up 1.3% for me since I bought it. Let me slide some of these down where I can read the next batch. And okay, we've got bets is. By the way, this is an ETF also, it's exchange traded fund, so it has a lot of companies in there. Year-to-date total return is 15% on bets for the year-to-date, but my luck with it is up 1.3%, so I bought in at not the best time, I guess. BIDU is down 22% for me. And it had a bad day on Monday, down almost 4%. The PE ratio 7.52, and the expected one-year target. Look at that, $146.57 a share is the price on BAIDU, which I guess is pronounced Baidu. But look at the one-year target, $1,857, and it says it's undervalued. So wouldn't that be nice if that does happen? Go to the next stock in my portfolio, BioNano, BNGO. I don't know if that's someone playing on the banjo or if that's someone playing bingo, but BNGO is the symbol. BioNano Genomics Incorporated, $5.55, low price stock. It's expected the one-year target $11.50. It's considered to be overvalued. And what else can I tell you? Oh, I can tell you what good luck or bad luck I've had with it. BNGO, I'm up 6.46, almost 6.5% since I bought it. BP is the next one. That's an oil stock, and I'm up, how much? Up 2.5% on there. But let's take a look at the dividend. BP, the symbol, and the forward dividend 5%, a little over 5%. They're expecting it to go to $33.37. It's now $24.73, so that would be a big move upward. They're expecting that, and they think it's at fair value right now. So we shall see what happens with BP, but we'll also check out BTI, and let me see what I've experienced with BTI. I'm up 3.67% since I bought BTI, and it pays 7.97% dividend. So that's a pretty nice size dividend. We will move on to the next stock in my portfolio, which is Citigroup. Symbol is C, and the dividend is 2.79, and they're expecting it to go up to $84.16 in the year, and they think it's undervalued. And let's see what success I've had with Citigroup. Citigroup is up 11.33% since I bought it. Now we move on to the next stock, which is CHY. CHY has been a great performer for me. The forward dividend 7.42%, and CHY, in addition to that dividend, it's up 44.26% since I bought it, and it might have been over a year ago I bought it, but it's a great performing stock for me, and it's in my portfolio. Next is CIG. I won't try to pronounce it. $2.11. They're expecting to go to $2.94 in a year. They think it's undervalued, and it has a dividend of almost 10%. And let me see what CIG has done since I've owned it. CIG is down 8% since I bought it, and it's in my portfolio. And the next stock we look at here is CIM. CIM has a dividend of 8.7% and is considered to be undervalued, and CIM is down 9.72% for me since I bought it. And we move on to the next stock, CVS Health. CVS has done wonderfully for me. 2 3/3% dividend is what they're currently paying, $85.39 a share for CVS. 1 year target $95.79. They think it's overvalued. CVS for me is up 42.75%. The CVS has been a good performer in my portfolio during the time I've had a DHT. Is the next stock we'll look at. DHT, $5.42 a share, forward dividend 1.5%, and DHT for my portfolio is up 4.64%, so it's doing quite well since I bought it. And we check the next stock, which is eBay. eBay I bought on sale. They're expecting it to go down a year from now, $72.16 from the current $75.25. Pays a 1% dividend. And eBay for me has done pretty well, 24.6% increase, and that's definitely less than a year. And the next stock we'll look at, Enterprise Products Partners, EPD, and the dividend is about 8%. 1 year target $28.35. That would be a nice move up. So let's see what EPD has done since it's been in my portfolio. It's down 2.59%. Now we move on to the next stock, which is FB, Facebook. Facebook is a real winner. They're expecting it to go to $410.92, which would be a nice move upward during the next year. And for me, Facebook is up 95% since I bought it, and that might have been a year ago, but not much over a year ago. And the next stock is Frontline, FRO. Frontline, 1 year target $8 from the 740. That would be a nice move upward. FRO for me. FRO for me is up about 1/3%, 0.38%, and Okay, go from Frontline to GILD, that's Gilead. This stock has performed poorly for me since I've had it. Has a dividend of about 4%, expected to go to $75, which is going to be nice if it gets there. And GILD for me is down 14%. Intel, INTC, is down for me. It's down 7.53% since I bought it. And LCID is currently $22.83 a share, and the dividend not applicable, they're expecting it to go to not applicable. LCID for me, I think it's up. Is it up? Yeah, it's 2.39% since I've owned it. It has gone. That is electric car manufacturer. And Altria, MO, does beautifully as far as the dividends and the value. It keeps going up in value, and it keeps paying a nice dividend. And currently, it is paying 7% dividend. It's expected to go to $54.58 in a year from now. That'll be a nice move upwards if that happens. And for me, since I've owned MO, let me back this up here. Since I've owned it, MO has gone up 30%, over 30%. MRK is Merck. That's a pharmaceutical company. Merck, since I have owned it, has gone up how far? 5%. 5%. Let me get back down here. And I got to slide some of these around here to get a look at everything. And Merck currently is paying 3.39% and expected it to go up to $93.41 from the current $77.93. That would be a nice move. I'm hanging on to that one for a while. Pharmaceuticals seem to do quite well, or have been recently, I guess probably because of the pandemic. NEO has been crashing lately, down 6% on Monday. And I'm hanging on to that for a long time yet. Look at the one-year target for NEO. It's now at $38.62. They're expecting it to go to $371.58. China, I guess the government is messing around with what could be happening to not only NEO but other stocks, but also there was a news story. Surprises always affect the price of a stock, and there was a bad surprise in that a well-known person in China who is an entrepreneur type person who started up businesses and well liked was killed in a crash in a NEO car that was using the autopilot type of self-driving. Whether that actually is what happened, there'll be an investigation. Anyway, NEO's going down because of a story that came up as a surprise, and surprises are what drives the market one way or the other. So far with NEO, I'm down 2.5%. I was up about 10%, but now I'm down 2.5%. Next stock we'll look at is NVS. Novartis, I guess is the pronunciation. One-year price estimate, 103.33 from 94.46, and it was up Monday when everything else was down, or a lot of things were down. And NVS for my portfolio is up 15.21%, so that's nice. Let me slide some more cursor bars here down just a little bit, and we go from Novartis to NYCB, New York Community Bank Corp Incorporated, and one-year target from the $12.63 to $15.07. Pays over 5% dividend, and NYCB for me is up 0.16%, so just barely moved. And we look at our next stock here, which is OGN. OGN is expected to get up to $37.80. Should be a nice move up, paying a respectable 3% dividend. And OGN in my portfolio is down 6.8%, so almost 7%. And we look at the next stock, which is OKE. One OK, O-N-E, OK. OKE is the symbol, and it's 51.75 right at this moment, 51.75, and it's expected in 1 year to go to 56.15, which would be a nice move. 7% dividend, and OKE is down 2.14% for me. OMF, this one's down since I bought it, I know that. OMF, since I bought it, is down 1.3%. One Main Holdings, and it is expected to go to $72 in a year's time. We shall see if that happens. It's considered to be undervalued, and it pays almost 5% dividend. Next stock we look at, PFE, Pfizer. Pfizer's had a good year financially, and most of the pharmaceuticals do pay a good, healthy dividend. Pfizer has a dividend of 3.22%, and let me see where it is here. Since I've owned it, it's up 49.62%. Next stock we'll look at real fast here. PGR's in my portfolio, and it's for Progressive Corporation. $97.10 is the current price. Expect to go to $99.67. So the teensy move upward, and it has a small dividend, 0.42%. Let me see what PGR is doing in my portfolio. It is up 11.87%. That's good, because I've owned that for less than a year. And PM is the next stock we'll look at. Let me slide this around here. I've got several windows open on my PC. And PM 102.39 was the price on Monday. 1 year target 109.13. A nice move upward. It pays 4.72% dividend. And let me see how it's working out for me. PM is up 18.1% since I've owned it, and I would guess I've had that about a year. Next stock we'll look at in my portfolio, ETF, Exchange Traded Fund, PRNT. PRNT is 3D printers. It's an exchange traded fund with a lot of companies in it. It closed on Monday $38.02, and is expected to go to what? I don't think they have a price there. Oh, that's a ETF, yeah, so they don't have a anticipated price. But year-to-date total return 22.29%. I think it's down for me. It's down 2.48%. I bought it at the wrong time, I guess. And Qualcomm, QCOM, $148.13 is the price. Is expected to go up to 181.67. Small dividend, 1.83%, less than 2%. So let me see what it's done in my portfolio. It's up 9.98% since I bought it. Sometimes I'll buy a stock at the right time, and I'll show a big increase in value, and other times the reverse happens. I buy at the wrong time. But next stock after Qualcomm, Raytheon RTX. I would watch for that one to be going up in value in the during the rest of the week. 87.14 is the price right now, and 1 year target 10221, which would be a very respectable move upwards. And RTX in my portfolio is up 20.64%. And after Raytheon, we find SBSW, and I will not try to pronounce that word there. Currently $16.76, expected to go to $24.27 in a year from now. Pays about a 6% dividend. That's very nice. And what has it done in my portfolio? I think it's down. It's down 6.6%. So we'll be hanging on to that to see what happens. Now Sunoco has done wonderfully for me. $36.57, the closing price on Monday. 1 year target $38.44, which would be a small move upwards. The dividend 8.95, almost 9%. How has it performed for me? Well, it is up 27.96% since I bought it. I don't think it was a year ago that I bought it. Next stock to look at, Tesla, TSLA, up and down like an elevator. It's expected 1 year from now to be $713, which would be a nice move upward. It does not pay a dividend. Look at the PE ratio, 361.71. Normally I wouldn't even consider a stock with a PE ratio like that, but this is Tesla. Tesla has some good news coming, and I think a couple of surprises. It's up 4.2% for me in my portfolio since I've had it, so it is up. And the next stock to look at, UFO. This is an exchange traded fund with space businesses that do rockets into space. And this is exchange traded fund, so I won't find any expected 1 year target dates. And for me, UFO is down, I do believe. UFO is down 1.42% since I bought it. Next is Vale, V-A-L-E. I expect this one to do very, very well. They've got a 1 year target of $25. I think it'll beat that. It's undervalued according to them and according to me, but we shall see. Vale in my portfolio is down 7.18% since I bought it. So I just think they're in the right business at the right place at the right time. They're paying 4.74% dividend. I'll be holding on to that for a while. Next stock, VTRS, and in 1 year they expect it to be $20.36. They also say it's overvalued. I'll make a separate video about value. I have reason to think the values that are looked at in stocks are not quite what they should be, but 1 year target 20.36 from the 1491 current. And VTRS in my portfolio is up 3.28%. Next we look at Verizon. Verizon is expected to go to $60 a share from $55.98, and the dividend is nice, 4.49%. And Verizon VZ for me is down 1.14%. And next stock we'll look at, WKHS, that's Workhorse, and I'm going to hang on to that for a couple of years. I think it will eventually pay off, and it'll be actually a winner, I hope. I could be totally wrong. Next stock we'll look at, XOM, which is Exxon Mobil, And ExxonMobil, by the way, Workhorse in my portfolio down 61.96%, 62%. Excuse me, XOM, ExxonMobil, is down 31% since I bought it, but ExxonMobil pays a very respectable dividend of how much here? Let me slide this down. XOM pays a dividend of 6%, and they consider it to be overvalued, but they think it's going to $66.28. So we shall see what happens there. I think the oil stocks will be doing good in the future. Xerox, this will be the last stock we'll look at here. This is the last stock in my portfolio, and it is up 18.55% since I bought it. For me, it's up, and $23.77 current price on Xerox. They're expecting it to go down to $19.80, but they consider it to be undervalued. The dividend 4.18%, so I'll be holding on to Xerox for a while. And that is my portfolio, and I thank you very much for watching.